Morning. It's Friday the 5th of September 2025. Happy new bird. Look at that soaring. I'll see it. Bloody hell, can't keep up. Today we're going to talk about Nigel Farage. Before that, solidarity to the men up on Lumley Street into the 52nd week, I think, of the strike, just to get union recognition. Solidarity to them. Solidarity to the strikers at the National Coal Mining Museum. I went down there yesterday, made me more than welcome. We're a fine bunch of men striking for 20 pence, believe it or not. Interesting, when we got there where a car came, there's like a load of pickets there, and 30 people, 6 on picket line, 30 people scattered about. And this car, this man and his wife pulled up, and he thought it was some sort of 1984-85 reenactment. He thought it was all put at museum. Anyway, when they explained to him that they were actually on strike, he duly turned his car around and went. So hats off to him and his wife for not crossing that picket line. Guess what's happened now? Tell you what, guess what's happened now? Can't find my glasses. Where are they? Oh, it's the Reform Party conference starts today in Birmingham. And guess what's happened now? Let me go for laughing by, guess who's defected now? The former Culture Secretary, Nadine Dorries, has joined Reform UK. What about that? Can you remember when she needed to appear in Parliament for a year? Had a full year off. Not sick, just couldn't be fucking arsed. And she's now become one of Farage's fillies. She used to look all Google at Boris Johnson, didn't she? Yes, what an addition she'll be. At least it might get her 2 daughters back in work, you know, because we used to pay for, not only did we pay for her for doing that, we paid for her and her 2 daughters who were in her office. I managed that. So she's for another Tory. She's found a political home, I think. She's actually an example of what happens when the ventriloquist dies and the dummy keeps fucking talking. Oh, listen to this. Also, after just 4 months, Leicestershire County Council, guess how much they're over budget? They're £8.1 million over budget already. So much for Doge. Angela Rayner, I'm going to talk about her tomorrow, but she's dangling by a very, very thin thread. And sadly, last night on Newsnight, they gave the address of her place in Brighton. It seems like the BBC are inviting people to go and vandalise the property. What have we come to? Getting on to Nigel Farage. In the week when Parliament returned from recess, he decided instead to go to America to badmouth our country to a foreign nation. And he was actually encouraging a foreign nation, i.e. America, to sanction Britain to change our laws, and he calls himself a patriot. I've for months, or even years, been calling him and the Reform Party the enemy within. I've repeatedly said on here they don't work in the country's interest, they're only working in their own interest, i.e. trying to make some more money. And the billionaire-owned media have consistently platformed Farage and his party of 3 more MPs, including himself, never once holding them to account. Even the Labour Party have given him a free pass to call the shots. He was actually left to American Congressman Jamie Raskin to eviscerate him, and here is how he did it. Notice on Nigel's lapel badge, the true patriot he is, he's got a GB News pin badge.
Free speech crisis in America today, but there's no free speech crisis in Britain. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has not shut down GB News, where Mr. Farage has his own show, just because Mr. Farage has used his airtime to call for banning peaceful protests that he disagrees with. No one has stopped him from going on Russian TV 17 times and saying also and repeating that the one world political leader he most admired was Vladimir Putin, even though Vladimir Putin is a war criminal and a dictator who has regularly interfered in other countries' democratic elections. No one has stopped Mr. Farage from parroting Putin's absurd talking points, like when Farage claimed that NATO, the U.S. and Britain provoked this war in Ukraine. For a man who fashions himself as some kind of a free speech martyr, Mr. Farage seems most at home with the autocrats and dictators of the world who are crushing freedom on earth. Mr. Farage wants to get rid of the Online Safety Act in his country, a law shepherded by the Conservative Party and implemented by the Labour Party, which bans child pornography online, protects children from harmful content, forbids non-consensual pornography and other unlawful content. He should go and advance the positions he's taking here in Congress today in Parliament, which is meeting today, if he's serious about it. To the people of UK who think this Putin-loving free speech imposter and Trump sycophant will protect freedom in your country, come on over to America and see what Trump and MAGA are doing to destroy our freedom, kidnap college students off the street, ban books from our libraries, militarize our police and unleash them against our communities, take over our universities, wreck our professional civil service, and turn the government into a money-making machine for Trump and his family. You might think twice before you let Mr. Farage make Britain great again. I yield back.
Good old Jamie Raskin, he smashed it out of the park. They only want free speech. That they only want to protect the free speech that they agree with. And he said he's a Putin-loving free speech imposter and a Trump sycophant. Why don't I fucking press to that? Why don't they do it to him? Jamie Raskin actually puts the British media to shame. All we get is wall-to-wall coverage of Farage. It's almost like the media want the UK to turn into a fascist dictatorship. And next to give him a roasting was Congressman Jared Moskovich.
You think the list should come out? You think we should know the people who dealt with Mr. Epstein, Mr. Farage?
I thought I was coming to a hearing on free speech, not process.
Oh, but listen, but here's the
And
good...
That sounds like you're discussing process.
No. Do you think the list should come out?
I have no opinion on it. I don't know at all.
So we have victims that were sexually abused by potentially people in power, and we don't know who's on the list.
I'm very happy.
Hold on, Mr. Farage. We don't know who's on the list. We don't know.
Time.
We don't know who's on the list. We don't know if the president is or is not. I'm not going to say he is or isn't. I'm just going to say these are weird behaviors. We don't know that there aren't other people in Congress that are on the list, right? We have no idea. Do you think the list should come out? You think people in power should be held to account for these victims who have been sexually abused and assaulted? You think the list should come out?
I think that I'm very happy to come to a different hearing where you talk about legal process.
Okay.
But today,
Will the gentleman yield for a quick question?
Were
you aware that he has already called for the Epstein file to be released? It has been reported that he has called for it to be released.
Oh yeah, right here, just to refresh your memory.
Yeah, but
I happen to have this.
But that's not
How
what
random.
But that is not. Look, you could ask me if you like about
Do you agree
social
with
security
yourself?
policy.
Do you agree with yourself?
We are here to discuss free speech.
Hold on, it's awkward for your lunch after this? Do you agree with yourself?
No, it isn't at all.
Okay.
It's been so well up to now. By my standards, that is. So Jared said, do you think the Epstein list should come out? Nigel Farage, I have no opinion. Jamie Raskin, you did call for it to be released. Jared, I have it here. Do you agree with yourself? Do you agree with yourself, you two-faced, frog-faced twat? And there you are again, the purveyor of free speech can't advocate the publishing of a list that the public has a right to know. And I'll tell you what, if he thought everyone on that list were brown, there were no white people on that list, he'd be fucking saying, get it published. And I'm going to leave you with this thought. The press, the great British press, they're saying Andrea Rayner must resign over £40,000, which probably she should. You've proved that she's unknowingly saved that 40,000. Something we'd all do, by the way. I'll talk about Eric Morning. So, if the press insists Rayner must resign, but they're okay with Farage going to the USA, slagging off our fucking country, they're okay with that. Work that one out for me, will you? Anyway, back in the morning. Till then, wake the fuck up and have a beautiful day. Wakey, wakey.